It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning. Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter Callies.
Good morning.
It is pretty nice out this morning.
It is going to be a nice morning.
The morning show is brought to you this morning by Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you. Highway 62 East out by Walmart. The lobby at BRMC Plaza, BRMC Hospital, Plaza, Hospital. Yeah, same thing.
See, Facebook did it again this morning.
Is that right?
Yep. Didn't start automatic. Says it's starting soon. It's already after 7, so I just manually started it.
There you
so
go.
We're good.
What a deal. Don't interrupt me.
No,
you make me
you were on a roll. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
And Brewed Awakening Coffee out at Bomber Boulevard, where it will be busy starting right about now. If you're looking for some good coffee this morning, go buy Brewed Awakening Coffee. If you're looking for a Frappuccino or a Cappuccino or a cinnamon roll, an apple turnover, cherry turnover, scones, banana nut muffin, blueberry muffin. If you want it, they've probably got it. Go buy Brewed Awakening Coffee and check them out. And
They got a little bit for everybody. And whether you're a coffee fan or not, they got you covered.
And it's not pumpkin spice season, but I bet they still have it.
They probably do.
Why don't we go and say a little morning prayer, brought to you by Roller Funeral Home. Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. They are here to serve you, and it's a tough job to do, but they do it well. So right now, let's go to morning prayer. Dear Lord, we just thank you for the day you've given us, and the rain that you gave us yesterday wasn't really heavy, but it was consistent, so therefore the grass will be growing and the flowers will be growing. And April showers bring May flowers, but I think those will probably come early. And Lord, we just thank you for everything that you do for us and what you give us and the land that you allow us to live in. There's nothing better than the great United States. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with all our leaders, be with our local doctors, firemen, policemen, emergency responders, be with our teachers and our students. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. And that is Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. We appreciate it. And we will be back in just a moment after a word from the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, with the weather.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredoarkansas.net.
Let's take a look at the White River, the shot from the Marion County side, looking into the Cotter, Arkansas. And right there, folks, is God's country.
That's beautiful.
If you want to get a piece of God's country, give Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team, 870-405-0793. And they can help you out with residential, commercial, farmland, you name it, from all over northern Arkansas up into southern Missouri. They are the folks to give a call, and they can help you, maybe help you find a piece like that. I doubt that you'll get one just like that, but they'll do their best to help you out. With whatever you're looking for, give Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, 870-405-0793, and tell them you want a piece of God's country here in north central Arkansas. That, to me, is the best shot. I really like that.
That is a pretty shot.
Well, let's go to the weather.
All right. Waiting for you to get temperatures up on the screen. Should be the first one.
Yep, it is. There you go. Mountain Home, it's 52. Harrison's 50. Batesville's 54. Yellville, 53. Marshall's 57. Salem, 52. Mountain View is 57. West Plains, 52. Springfield, 53. Poplar Bluff, 53. St. Louis, Missouri is 48. And Watford City, North Dakota is 43 degrees. And we still have a bunch of folks from Mountain Home working up in Watford City. So I know, in fact, I've got a niece that's up there right now. And so they're enjoying some little bit warmer weather right now, and it's probably not bad. Let's go on over here. This is our radar report. As you can see, for counties all around Baxter, there is nothing. A little bit down around Mountain View, some out toward Marmaduke, Paragould, and Jonesboro. But if I put that in motion, which I'm not going to, it is probably moving off to the east. Take a look at the national picture. There's warnings, but they're way central Oklahoma, central Kansas, Nebraska. Nothing close to us at all. A little bit down in Mississippi and parts of Louisiana, but all in all, the state of Arkansas looks pretty clear for you. Oops, didn't mean to hit that one.
Yeah, we have no warnings there.
Our 7-day forecast looks like this. It's gradually clearing. High today is going to be 74 degrees. Wear some sunscreen. If you're going to be out in it, wear a little bit of sunscreen. It might save you down the road. Tonight, there's some showers likely, low of 48. Wednesday, slight chance of thunderstorms, high of 65. Wednesday night, mostly clear, low of 41. Thursday, sunny and mostly sunny and breezy, high of 58, low of 37. Friday, mostly sunny, then partly sunny and breezy. It's going to be high of 51, low Friday night 33. And then Saturday is going to be sunny and 61 degrees. Take a look at the lake levels. Lake Norfolk, 554.88. We looks like we're a little bit over normal, 2.88 over normal. And over in Bull Shoals, it's 660.07, and we're just 1.07 feet above what they call normal over there. And that right there has been the weather and all the updates, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadoro, the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Give them a call, and we'll be back in just a minute.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Around the area, voters in Ozark County, Missouri are headed to the polls today to cast their ballots on internet sales tax. If it's passed, it will allow the county to collect sales tax on items purchased over the internet in Ozark County. Supporters say it will level the field between retails and the internet. You know, because right now, Scooter, it's kind of retailers a little bit disadvantaged if they have to charge sales tax, and you can buy something on the internet without it.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about that, give the county clerk's office a call at 417-679-3516. And in Baxter County, and we've got Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass here this morning, we'll talk about this a little bit more, but starting at 7 o'clock this morning, a portion of the Denton Ferry Road and the High Tower Creek Bridge will be closed to through traffic until further notice. According to Baxter County Road and Bridge Department, the closure will start at Wildcat Shoals Road and go to Valley Airport Drive on Denton Ferry Road. A detour will be marked with signs to show you the temporary route. And in Mountain Home on Saturday, the Mountain Home Farmers Market opened on this past Saturday, and there was a lot of money raised, Scooter. Enough money was raised for the Food Bank of North Central Arkansas, enough to provide over 109,000 meals. Phew. You know, the farmers market has moved locations. They're now off the square on a big parking lot. I think it's 7th and Shirus.
Yeah.
And according to the folks at the food bank, there's a lot of room for a lot more people if they want to join in on it. So that's
awesome.
Pretty good deal. Statewide, the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office is working with local and state Enforcement agencies to encourage drivers to put down their cell phones while driving. Stepped up enforcement of the state's distracted driving laws is going on right now through April the 11th, and that will involve Arkansas state troopers, local sheriff's departments, and local police officers. The operation will target drivers who are texting and driving, as well as violating other distracted driving laws. Texting while driving is dangerous and illegal. Help break the dangerous habit of distracted driving, and remember, you drive, you text, you pay. That's always exciting to know.
There you go.
In sports, the Arkansas Sports Media released its super teams from the high school basketball season. 5 area athletes were recognized on the girls' side. Kinley McCarn from Melbourne was selected first team. The second team includes Viola's A.J. McCandless and Bergman's Maddie Holt. Kylie Allman of Norfolk was named honorable mention, and she's joined by Josie Story of Mountain View. The Mountain Home Bomber Athletic Department's largest fundraiser will be this coming Saturday at Big Creek Golf and Country Club, and it will be their big tournament of the year. This year's title sponsor is Clay Maxey Chevrolet. The entry fee is $125 per person or $500 for a 4-man team. That's some pretty easy math. The golf cart for team and golf cart, mulligans can be bought, and lunch will be included at 11:30. Those competing in the skins game will be charged an extra $20 per team. Checks should be made out to the Bomber Booster Club, and the tournament is limited to the first 32 teams. Any questions, give Coach Del Leonard a call at 870-421-1090. Matt Martin, 870-404-7818. Coach Mitch Husky at 870-421-0592. Bailey Bodenhammer, 870-404-3605. Or the Mountain Home Athletic Department at 870-425-1285. And that's local news.
All right. Time to take a quick break.
Take us a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk about some community news.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Community events going on today, April the 5th. Today at ASU Mountain Home. The continuing community education class on general patent will be today from 3 to 4. From 3 to 4:30. From 8 to 5 today at the Presbyterian Church on Spring Street is the AARP tax aid and free tax preparation for anyone, especially senior citizens. If filing jointly, both need to be there. I go by the First Presbyterian Church at 1106 Spring Street in Mountain Home. There's some other things going on at the library. The Baxter County Mom Walk and Talk. All moms are invited to join. We walk and talk and learn the ins and outs of parenthood, and babies bring a stroller and get ready to meet some new friends, and that's from 9 to 10 this morning at Baxter County Library. Baxter County Library Friends of the Library silent auction will run until April 27th at 1 p.m. It started on March the 30th. Place your bids by bidding in the bidding book at the library. Items are on display at the library. And let's see what else. There was one other one I wanted to hit here. Heart Healthy Line Dancing for Women is every Tuesday at 606 Broadmoor Drive here in Mountain Home, and it starts at 11:30 and for the beginners, 12:30 for intermediate, and it's held at the Wellness Education Center, and it's actually located at the Wellness Education Center at 2545 Highway 5 North, which is formerly Simple Man's. So there's some community updates to let you know what's going on in our town. We appreciate you watching. It's the morning show on XL7-TV. My guest this morning is going to be Mickey Pendergrass. He'll be back with us here in just a moment.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
The 9th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball will be coming up May 6th and 7th each night at the Shed in Mountain Home. Dads and daughters or mothers and sons date night, filled with dancing, dessert, a keepsake gift, and a limo ride. Don't miss an opportunity to make some memories. Tickets on sale now at choosemhca.com. That's the 9th annual Night with Your Knight and Father-Daughter Ball on May 6th and 7th at the Shed in Mountain Home. Tickets on sale now. Don't miss it. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning the guest is Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, and thank you. It's good to be here again.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good for the old guy. I've been around for a while, so yeah, I'm feeling a little better. So all anxious for spring, you know. The fish are biting. That always gets you riled up. So
the spring is here and the snow is gone, so no more plowing snow.
yeah, I saw a question on one of the TV station weather forecasts the other day, and they asked a question: how many times in the Ozarks in the past 30 years have we had snow in April? And I actually guessed correctly.
What was it?
I think it was 8.
What would be the...
But they even counted if it had to cover the grass.
It had to cover the ground?
Had to cover the grass. That was it. And that's, of course, that's about all it ever does in April. But in the last 30 years. And so it can still happen. But it was cold enough to frost the other morning. So around the
I am really
last
glad
week.
I covered my vegetables.
Yes.
Because if I wouldn't have, they'd been gone.
And it could do it again, I guess, about Friday morning?
Friday
It's
night.
going to get pretty chilly Friday night, Saturday morning. Of course, I got a tournament to fish Saturday, and it's got to be cold at takeoff.
Is it going to be here?
Yes, it's the big cystic fibrosis tournament that they have. It used to be the largest tournament on Lake Norfolk this side of Basket Owners Invitational, but last I checked, they had 120, approaching 125 boats already in it. It's a huge fundraiser for cystic fibrosis out of West Plains, and it's always well attended, and so there'll be a lot of boats on the lake. The Children's Home Incorporated out of Paragould, Arkansas, had their Bass Classic last Saturday, and there was 107 boats in it. So it was quite busy. I think a lot of people waited to the last minute because they didn't have about half that many pre-registered. But they end up with 107 boats. So it's really active time on the lakes, and there's a lot of tournaments going on bull shows as well. But it's good to see all these people coming through town and pulling a lot of boats. You see them lakes. And
What impact does that have on the county?
A dollar amount, I don't have a lot of it, but when you have those children's homes strategically place theirs the week before the cystic, because the cystic fibrosis tournament was always the biggest one in the county. So they'd get a lot of those competitors pre-fishing the lake on the weekend so they could fish the big one. And actually they had last Saturday, there was 3 teams that had over 17 pounds of fish, weighted 5 fish over 17 pounds. The winners almost had 20. And then the second place had 19.6, something like that. But so the fishing is good. If you land on them and you find them, the weather has changed and the water level has been rising. They're trying to pull it back down again now, so there's a lot of current. It's got a lot of mud coming in from the north and from the creeks and the streams. So the fish are moving. They'll move up, then they'll back off, and if you can keep up with them and find them, you can get well. I mean, there was several fish over 5 pounds weighed Saturday, and I expect that'll happen again this Saturday.
Let's continue on this just a minute, if you don't care. For the people that are moving in here and they're hearing us talk about fishing tournaments, and they're going to say, well, all that does is ruin the lakes and there won't be any fish left. Most of those tournaments are catch and release, are they not?
Yes, and Arkansas Game and Fish has been on these bigger tournaments. I've been to, this will be the 3rd week in a row I've been to one, and Arkansas Game and Fish has their aerated truck or trailer there. They collect all these fish. Actually, they're doing some sampling. 2 weeks ago, they were sampling and doing some DNA testing on smallmouth as they brought them in. Anybody that caught a smallmouth, they would do a DNA, they clip a fin or something. And of course, they've had a lot of tagging programs going on with the largemouth and the spotted bass, and now they're on the stripers with some tagging that they're advertising. You'll see them at the launch ramps. But yeah, they are there to gather these fish, and they return them back to the lake at undisclosed locations. Then the smaller tournaments usually return all their fish back to the lake at the weigh-in location, wherever the marina is, where it's usually Henderson or Panther Bay, and they return them directly. It's been noted in most of these tournaments, 98% of those fish are put back in the lake, alive.
So that should take the fear of, oh, there won't be any lakes for the grandchildren, there only fish for the grandchildren. They'll be there.
Well, actually, you need to review. Arkansas Game and Fish did a study the last year and a half on black bass and trying to determine why they're not getting a lot of fish of large size. Right now, you can catch them because they're pre-spawn, just getting ready to go to the beds to lay their eggs, so they're heavier than they'll be all year. But they did a study the last year and a half, and they have proposed some new regulations. And what they're saying is the reason that we have smaller fish is we have too many. This is black bass. So they're proposing to reduce the length limit of black bass that you can keep on the largemouth and smallmouth to 13 inches, and to remove the minimum length limit on the spotted Kentucky bass. If you're at least a little bit proficient at fishing, you can catch 12 to 13 bass, let's say 10 to 14 inch spotted bass all day long. And so they're asking that we harvest more fish. We actually need to be taking those, and I like fish, especially these local fish out of this clear water, this clear water that we have. When I'm out fishing for recreation or practicing, and I catch a 12 to 13 inch spotted bass, I'll put it in the live well and eat it. And that's what they're encouraging. We need to do a little more of that. That will free up the food. But I've seen in the last 12 months, especially last fall, the times I've been out there, we've got a better shad, which is the food for most of the bass and crappie and stripers, walleye, all of them. We've got as good a population or a better population we've ever had in Norfolk because of the high water that we've had. I think the Corps of Engineers told me 13 out of the last 17 years we went through the summer with high water. And that has exploded the shad population. So they got plenty of food. And crawdads, of course, are always there, and they're always eating them. But there's plenty of food, but the bass may be getting too numerous, so we need to enjoy a fish fry once in a while.
You've been here all your life?
Basically, yes.
You've fished Lake Norfolk all your life. Have you seen a change in the breeds?
In the what?
Fish breeds that we have?
Oh, yes. You know, the stripers from walleyes have come out a lot more than it used to be. Back when the lake was 10 years old or less, there was when they first flooded the lake, the largemouth bass, which was the biggest population, exploded, and they used to catch huge fish. You can see the pictures of the old timers, late 50s, early 60s, big old string of fish. And of course, they eat them. That was subsistence for them.
Oh yeah.
And then the smallmouth and the spotted bass, and then they stocked the walleye and stripers. Now we have the hybrids, the white bass. The white bass have been really up and down, but you have across-the-board fishermen that love this lake. We're not all the people out there are not bass fishermen by any means. There are a lot of crappie fishermen, white bass fishermen, and striper fishing is a big business on this lake. A lot of guides and a lot of the resorts. It brings in a lot of revenue into the county and to small businesses. Walleye fishing when they're running, but there's a lot of the retirees and locals that love to troll for white bass or go crappie fishing.
And you can still catch a good old catfish.
Yes, everyone. Yeah, I just lost a good friend of mine who loved it a couple of months ago. That was his thing, was jugging and trot lining and having a big catfish fry. And he would be very successful. And there's 3 or 4 different kinds of catfish in the lake. So, yeah, there's nothing better than eating a good old catfish out of Lower Fork Lake.
So, folks, there's nothing to worry about. There's plenty of fish here for everybody. So, we're going to come back with Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge, and we're actually going to talk about what's happening in the county here in just a minute.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metal.
We're back with the morning show on XL7-TV, and Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass is here, and I guess we need to talk about something other than fishing.
Yeah, well, fishing is a big part of this, including the White River, and we do not want to leave the White River out. Extremely popular. We just got through with the big show the Salbug they had here, and hopefully you had some stuff on that. I got to invite it and went to their shindig and had a really big time, so that's huge here too. But yeah, we got a lot of going on in the county, spring of the year, especially with the road department. As the announcement you read earlier, we've got a lot of road construction planned and trying to get to when the rain lets up enough that we can do it. As the county's finances are surprisingly what we thought 2 years ago this time. We was all scared because of what they were telling us happened, but we have done extremely well in revenues, and it just keeps growing. So the county is in good a shape, or probably the best shape it's ever been. And I'd like to be able to take credit for that. Maybe I can for some of it, but a lot of it's been the good fortune of where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Baxter County has been very prosperous, and I think it should show around with what we are doing and what all government entities are doing, and but we're in really good shape at this time as far as what we have normally scheduled to do. But as everybody I think now knows, the filing season has come and gone for re-election or election to office, and I have chosen to retire, and so I'm on my last leg and trying to make the best of it, trying to relax. This is my 10th year in this position and have thoroughly enjoyed it. People have blessed me with a lot of great things, and I think we've been able to accomplish a lot, something we may cover later in the year, but if I have a chance to put it all together. But it's been a joy to work with everybody, and we've had a good team, and seeing a lot of people come and go, seeing a lot of things come and go. But Baxter County, I can report, is good a shape as it's ever been, especially financially.
Mickey, for the new resident of Baxter County that's just tuning into this show for the first time, how does Baxter County government run? There's county judge, there's justice of the peace. How does it run? How does it operate?
Well, and that's a good question, because I deal with it all the time. People coming, especially from out of state. We have a unique system of government and county government in Arkansas compared to most of, if not all, the states around us. There's only about 2 other states in the union that have county judges, and they have a little different role, and that's Texas and Kentucky. The county judge's office here is known as the chief elected official of the county, and that all changed in 1978 with the amendment that 35 that changed a lot of the organization of county government. But still, all the affidavits that are paid and all that is approved it comes under the chief elected official, which is known as the county judge. We sign for all checks that are to be written. We have to sign and approve all the affidavits. We have to take inventory and have custody of all the property, where it's real or personal, that the county owns. So the county judge is in charge of all of the budgeting and the inventory. It also has the departments over Road and Bridge Department, which is the largest single department in the county, with about 44 employees. And then he has the offices of emergency management, which also includes the 911, comes under the oversight of the county judge. Juvenile, the state law says that any county employee that does not work for another elected official works for the county judge. So that puts the employees of the juvenile services, of the prosecuting attorney, of say district court, public defender, any of those outlying responsibilities works under the oversight and approval and oversight of the county judge. And Veteran Services is another association. The Human Resources Department, the IT Department, all those work under the oversight of the county judge. The sheriff is probably one of the more well-known positions of the county, and has, in the Constitution or in the direct straight law, we all have very, very small listed responsibilities that include a lot of stuff. So the sheriff is in charge of law enforcement and in providing a detention center for all of the county. That's basically to wrap it up in 2 organizations, but you've got 35 or 36 employees at the sheriff's department, 23 or 4 at the jail, which is housing 120 to 130 people, inmates at any given time. Operates a large patrol fleet, criminal investigation, and all the things the sheriff's office has to do with law enforcement. Then the county, there's the county clerk. Our county clerk in county government actually is a twofold office. Some counties that office is split. Outside of Pulaski County, we are the largest county with a dual office. It's the county clerk and circuit clerk. The circuit clerk works under the circuit of the circuit judges. There's 4 circuit judges in our 4-county circuit, and that circuit clerk's office works and keeps up with all of those records within the circuit court system. And then the other office is the county, which is the recorder of deeds, the recorder of any legal papers, and it has custody of all of those records. And you can, you're talking about divorces and marriages and warranty deeds and lawsuits and on and on and on. You go down the things it's kept that she has to keep records of in that county clerk's office or the circuit clerk's office. And the treasurer, which is also based in the courthouse with myself and the clerk, she writes all the checks and keeps up with all the money, keeps it on deposit, collects interest, and then all the checks are processed through. And the county clerk, by the way, also oversees the payroll department. The payroll clerk works under the county clerk's office, so that's the payroll for the 180 employees that we have. Then they have the assessor, whose responsibility is to determine what our property is worth or what we own. You have to get their stamp when you go get license or approvals. So they tell you where it's personal property, and that's changed. A lot of the personal property that's been assessed has changed over the years, even the 10 years we've been there. And then the real property, we use outside appraisers and keep up with all the land records. The collectors is the other elected official, and they're responsible for collecting all the taxes that the assessor says it's worth. Now, the collector and assessor office are paid for, and this is something that was hard for me to digest when I started, and I finally understood it, because they collect for the schools and for the cities and for the county, the library, for ASU, anybody that's at fire departments that is a taxing entity in the county. The assessor and collector is paid for by the funds that they collect. So when we get to the end of the year, and the collector has kept 10% of all the money she has collected, and then it's called a final settlement, and it's split up by who the taxing entities are and how much the percentage is theirs. The county is actually one of the bottom ones on the totem pole here. The school's been the largest, and then they pay for the collector's office out of that final settlement fund, most of the assessor's office and part of the treasurer's office, and then disperse it out back to the schools, to the fire departments, to the ASU, to Road and Bridge gets some, County General gets some, and the library gets some. So we keep that money, and that's something that they're constantly working on, how much is going to be in that fund, and it has to do with our revenue as well as the school's revenue.
So after all the expenses are done, they do a dividend more or less.
Everybody's helping pay for now before the assessor and collector's office, which really helps with the budget of the county. And everybody becomes responsible because they're doing the work for the schools and et cetera, the cities, et cetera. Anything that has a property tax or real or personal attached to it. So in a nutshell, that's kind of a small brief, but we all have different areas of responsibility to make the government work, and it's been a joy to work with the clerk, the assessor, and the treasurer. And I came in at the same time and started January 1, 2013. So we grew up together in the county, and then the collector came 2 years later. Mm-hmm. The sheriff is the only one that's been here. He's 18 years, I think, this year is his 18th year. So I think he started in 2005. So that we all kind of gelled together and had to learn the ropes of these things ourselves, and have done very well. That's been a very great relationship between all of us, and the community has helped us tremendously.
What is the role of the Justice of the Peace, and how many are there?
That's a good question, because I left them out, and I can't be doing that. When the Constitution was originally written, there was at least one Justice of the Peace from each township, which is like 18 or 19. And then if it got to a certain population level, they added another one for ever so many. So I went back in 1979 to the last Justice Quorum Court meeting in November. They always met in November every year, and they set the budget, and they set the tax rates, which we still do in November each year. The assessment, like a fire department or a city or the county or the schools, whatever their millage rate is, they have to set that every November. That didn't change. There were 43 JPs listed in November of 1979.
Wow.
And when the Amendment 35 happened, it changed it, and in January, their first meeting of January of 1980, or I said that wrong, that may be 1980 and 1981, because 80 was the election year. So January of 1981, there was 9. So they changed the location, but the main thing that the Justice of the Peace is responsible for, and they are called a quorum because they have no authority outside of a quorumed meeting of the JPs. They're a citizen just like the rest of us when they're outside of that quorum. But if they have a quorum, they vote to set the budget which we all have to spend. So we have to work and present it to them. They ask questions. They add or subtract or accept what we present. And then they vote to pass the budget by December 31st every year for the next year. And they have to budget 90%. They can only budget 90% of what we tell them or what the treasurer comes up with for anticipated revenues. But we operate off a budget that they have to approve. That's their main responsibility. They have the purse strings. It's like any legislature in the state and federal government. They're supposed to be the same way. And they also have control as a quorum to set our policies, personnel policies, operation policies, etc. They have control over that as a quorum. They to approve or deny that, and that's a constant update, something we're always looking at and working with them. And they, of course, are a front out to the people to see them because there's 11 of them now, divided up into 11 districts by population. And as a quorum, they have the authority to control the entire budget.
One last thing before we take a break at 45. What is the role of a constable?
Good question. Constables were a lot like JPs. In the original Constitution, they were set up to be one every township. And they originally had the power, constitutional power, as the law enforcement officer of that township. And there was one per township. Because you remember in 1874 when the Constitution was written, they didn't have cars and buses and airplanes to get to town, so it might take the sheriff 3 days to get there from here to Big Flat, get across that river, depending on whether or not it was flooded. So there would be constables in each district, and they were the law enforcement, and that has not changed. Because the Constitution has never been amended from its original intent from constables. In their township, if they're certified law enforcement officer, they have a lot of power. Outside their township,
they have none.
They have none, unless they're a certified law enforcement officer.
So there would be 11 in Baxter County now?
There's
One
11.
for each JP district?
By court order, the county judge is established, and the last time this was done was 2010, Judge Bodenhammer, and we looked at it again this year because we changed the census. And we let it stand, but we write a court order and establish in 11 townships for the purposes of constables in the county to keep it to 11. If not, it would be way more than that. Some counties have, a few counties have established townships to be in the whole county, so they have one constable. Some townships have 2 or 3. There's different ways that they've done it. Some have not changed and done a court order to do anything, so they still have the multiple availability. There is no, that I know of, a legal description of what the requirements are to be a constable. Anybody can run to be a constable.
And don't have to be a certified officer?
No, sir. But the county does not pay for them. They are not responsible for their budget, for their equipment, for their uniform, their vehicle, nothing. They're on their own. They have to buy their own insurance, etc. So it's always been the practice to encourage law enforcement officers, if you have certified law enforcement officers, especially deputy sheriffs, if they live in that township, to run for constable. And we have 2 or 3 in Baxter County that are not certified law enforcement officers. To the credit of many of those that do that, they get as much training and as much certification as possibly can, so at least they won't be out there. But they still have a lot of authority in their township. And they're probably, because the times is outdated, there needs to be a constitutional amendment someday. I don't know if I'll live long enough to ever see it, but there's been a lot of talk about it to change that or do away with it because of the technology and the availability we have to travel now. But that's basically in a nutshell the constable's office.
That works. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We're with Baxter County Judge Mickey Pendergrass, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. The guest this morning is Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge. Quorum court meeting tonight, Judge.
Yes, one thing I left out on those duties of the county judge is one is to preside over the quorum court meetings without a vote, but with the power of veto. So,
have you done that before?
Yes, I've done it 3 times. The last one got overridden, which is on the agenda tonight.
Oh, okay.
Which the quorum court has the authority to do that at the next meeting. But yeah, we have 7 items on our quorum court meeting tonight. But to begin of all, we have in the last couple of years attempted to have a presenter from some service within the county at each quorum court meeting. From where it's Pharmacy Extension Service, Veteran Services, Human Resources, whoever are outlying reports tonight. It is the report from the Baxter County Library, from the librarian Kim Croshaner. Will be making a presentation tonight to give us all the update because we're supportive of the library and of course collect taxes, support them financially. So we'll start off with that after the committee reports. And the 7 items. We've been working on updating the personnel policies and getting them modernized. We had that in process, and then it got amended in February and tabled, so we're bringing it back tonight after it's been amended. It has to go through 3 readings on 3 separate days unless the quorum court chooses to suspend the rules. So we're trying to update our personnel policies, and there's a lot of changes in there and trying to get with the times. And then as we're talking about, the quorum court has the authority to budget. There are several appropriation ordinances on there. The other 6 are all appropriating ordinances where we're either spending money that was new money coming in or moving money from one line item to another to pay for something to cover up. But we're also, we have been blessed by the United States Department of Treasury with what's going to be $8.1 million of American Rescue Plan Act money. And we had over $1 million of coronavirus relief fund money. And so we're appropriating some of that. We've kept it in the revenue budget on the side of the revenue. We're going to be appropriating $128,000 of that to the Baxter County Fire Chiefs Association, to the Baxter County Fire Departments, to buy all new handheld radios for all of our firefighters. It's been several years since the radios were updated. They're starting to have problems, can't get replacements, so we're going to replace with this federal grant money. We're going to grant it to the fire departments and get so they'll have better. And then because the federal government sends you money, they also require and tell you what you cannot spend it on, and many times what you can spend it on. But you're required to have it audited to make sure you've done it right. So we've got to appropriate $22,000 just to pay for the auditor.
That's always nice of them.
Because we had more than $750,000 of federal funds, and that didn't take. We get federal funds anyway to some degree, but that didn't take much more to get over $750,000 when we started getting all this grant money. And then one other appropriation is we're doing what we did this last year. Out of the American Rescue Plan money, we gave $1.50 an hour for every employee for the hours they work, subtracting retirement taxes, days off, vacation, etc. We keep paying for that. So everybody got a nice bonus check, averaged around $1,800 to $2,000 last year. Well, this coming June, we're going to do that again, and but you cannot use that money to give bonus to elected officials. It might be getting deep into somebody's pocket, and the federal government says, no, you cannot spend this money to elected officials. So the Quorum Court has chosen to pull out of another fund, the coronavirus, which is not earmarked, and give the same bonus to the elected officials as well. So that is on the agenda tonight. Then another reappropriation ordinance, we have to have, when the auditors come look at our budget, which is every year, they're in our courthouse now looking at our expenditures for 21, and then they'll give us a report later in the year. But before they look at that budget, we have to balance the books. So we find funds that are in the negative and move funds that are in the positive over to balance, so everything is at least balanced or in the black. So, and it's called cleanup ordinance, which is mandated by the state, so that when the legislative audit comes and looks at books, they're all balanced. It does not any new money comes in; it's just moving money around. And if there's not enough money to move around like that from one department or one group to another group, then we can use revenues that came in from the last year to do that. But usually we're able just to move it around. And other than that, that's pretty much short and sweet of what the agenda is going to be tonight. It shouldn't last that long unless we have a lot of discussion on one or two of the items.
And those Quorum Court meetings are broadcast on XL7-TV?
Yes.
Yes.
6 o'clock tonight.
We broadcast them on our Facebook page.
Okay. Do they go to YouTube too, or just Facebook?
Just Facebook.
Just Facebook.
Yeah.
6 o'clock at the courthouse, open to the public?
Open to the public, 6 o'clock, second floor in the courtroom. We've been having some good crowds the last 2 or 3 meetings for one reason or another, and it's good to see that, to people
It
who get
always happens
interest.
around election season.
Well, yeah, that too. And but yeah, speaking of that, it is election season. It's coming up fast and furious.
Early voting starts May the 9th. The primary is May 24th.
May 24th, and most of our elections, especially county officials, whether it be my replacement or there's a contest in the sheriff's office, in county officials. There's a contest in District 10, District 11, JPs, and I think maybe District 3. I think that one will be in the general. But most of all those elections will be finished. There may be a runoff because there's 4 in District 10 and 4 for county judge. So there could be runoffs, which would be 2 weeks after May 24th in June. I have one other announcement. I don't know how much time we got.
About 6 minutes, so you're right.
I have been asked to participate. We've been organizing, and this is going to happen the day before I come back. The reason I'm saying this, and I don't think they've got a lot of word out there yet, but keep watching the announcement. It's called the mobile van. It's called Wreaths Across America. They're going to be at our courthouse on May 2nd. The ceremonies start at the presentation, and I got the order of list of things to do. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, which I have been asked to lead, and I'll be setting a wreath on the wall or whatever they have set up there. But it is a mobile museum, and we'll be bringing him in by law enforcement escort that morning to the north side of the square, and we'd like to invite everybody, and they'll be getting more word out. A lot of people working on this. It's a pretty patriotic thing. Wreaths Across America at 10 o'clock May the 2nd is when the program kicks off, and it'll be available for people to come and go and walk through and see what they have and what they're highlighting till 3 or 3:30 that afternoon. So it'll be there at the courthouse. We're looking forward to this. Blessed that this is one of their stops as they travel across America. They're going to stop in right here in downtown Mountain Home, Arkansas, and Baxter County is going to be their host. And we have a very high population of veterans in this county, and we have very patriotic people in this county. So I'm sure they won't turn out and see this. It's going to be a big deal.
And who presents that?
The Daughters of the DAV is bringing this in, and I think it's the auxiliary they sponsor. That's who I've been talking to, and they're the ones that's making the schedule and bringing it in. And the Daughters of the American Revolution is involved, and it's a big deal. I don't have all the details with me, but there'll be a lot of that come out. But they have worked hard to get us as one of the stops. They'll be driving in early that morning coming from over around Jonesboro area or somewhere. But we're one of the few stops in the state of Arkansas.
That's pretty exciting to get something that big that's going to be nationally recognized, I'm sure, to come through Mountain Home or Baxter County.
Yeah, evidently they've started on the East Coast and they're headed west, and they're going to come right through here. But cool. It'll be here most of the day, May the 2nd, so anybody can come down during the day and visit it and see what's going on downtown if you've not been down there lately. And we have a new lawn. I hope it's Bermuda grass, so I hope it starts turning green here soon, so it will light up. Maybe by May the 2nd it'll be there, and they'll have it all trimmed and bright and shiny green. Might have to get the guys to get out some paint or something, but it'll be nice.
Let's take just a minute and talk about what's happening on the square. The square is being revitalized.
Yes.
And there's a lot more people going there than I can remember, and I've been here since '72. So what's your take on what's happening on the square?
Well, it's nice to see people coming down and progress. We have some buildings on the south side of the square, which the assessor and collector's in. We bought the building next door. We have it rented to a boutique. That's where they wanted to be to come in to go with the growth. We have 3 new eating places there. There was a lot of work went on this past winter on the Rio Burrito, which is where the Old Time Cafe used to be, and they've got it now enclosed where it's not open air. So a lot of bad weather, they couldn't do business, so they're enclosed. And then Raps Baron, and then the Fork. There's financial places there's now. Of course, Nature's Way's always been there. Gregory Jewelers has always been there. The Yellow House has always been there. So there's a lot more traffic. It's pretty dead on Mondays. If you come down on Mondays, you won't see it because they're not serving on Mondays. But if you come down the other day at noon, it'll be crowded on the square.
It'll be busy.
And then after we go home at 4:30 and close the courthouse, it fills up again, especially on the weekends. And it's amazing to drive by there on Saturday afternoon when you could drive by there all day long in the past, and there wouldn't be a vehicle on the whole square. And now there's cars around both sides of it parked there because of the activity that's going on there.
If you're new to the area, come check out Downtown Square, check out the courthouse, stop in, visit with some folks, see how things work there. Check out the businesses on the square. Things are happening there. Scooter? Let's wrap up the morning show.
Got
on
about
XL7-TV.
30-40 seconds.
30 or 40 seconds left.
Yeah.
We got to kill. Don't forget that.
By God.
You mentioned it a while ago, but you don't forget the farmers market is no longer on the square. It's over You said second?
Is it 7th
I
and
thought
Shires?
No, it's 4th.
4th and Shires.
4th and Shires.
Okay.
Right close to the court complex.
Okay, that's right.
Right behind it, a vacant lot that's owned by the city. They provided it, and we got a lot of the farmers market's always been on the square, and we got a lot of kickback for moving them off. But we had intentions to use the money to re-turf the lawn, and so that's what we did, and that's why they moved. The city's done a good job with it.
Now we better wrap it up.
Now we better wrap it up. See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Have a great day.